there was still pulse in her expression. It was something different. It was different from the extreme love that she was pierced through before. It was more of a feeling of uh, a sunder? No, a ember, smothered light of warmth felt through the back of the body. Maybe perhaps this is what it means for a servant to have a master. I don't want its head, but I want to protect it. Yes, you know, I. Uh, huh? What was that? Was that a rifle noise? Ugh. Yep. I think the pursuers have arrived. Let us go head forward, shall we? It's almost there. We're almost home. They would walk upon the hill, hoping, believing that over that hill, something is there. They're both at their limits. The blood loss was quite tremendous on both of them. Their will, their consciousness fading. Slowly but surely, yet they still move forward. Forward, forward, continuously forward. There they are! A noise erupts, and you would lift your face. You would know that person was a servant just by waving its hand. It was shaking its hand as big as it can to make sure that you've noticed. Hey! Hey! A night that's running through the plains. It welcomes it from the bottom of its heart. Hey, are you okay? Yeah, good. Yep, that's good to hear. Well, I gotta go back now. You're not gonna come with us? Yep. After all, I can't get along with the royalty realm, you know? A glistening smile. It would smile, and it was beautiful because it was all bloodied up. So remember, next time we meet in the battlefield, we are enemies. I'll show you how strong I am, okay? I see. I guess it can't be helped then, right? Then this is our goodbye. Goodbye, someone that's barely not even resembling to Yoka. A very wonderful person. Yes, this person, the person that I'm standing before, the master truly wanted to live. And so, in front of death, it would yield and bend and beg. And in front of life, it would respect and try to cling. The important person would stand up in order to survive. It is a person. It is somebody that should not be close to me. I who would get joy from cutting people's head off. So this is our goodbye. With this, it's our goodbye. Even though there's still remnants of regret, the protagonist would put its back behind me. And I too would do the same. Both of them. Not looking back, putting their backs against one another. And little by little, they would walk away from each other. While feeling that from the back of their mind, they will not stop. They will not look back. They will continue to move forward. In reality, running away was actually the difficult task. I was pretty corpsed up to this point. That gunshot, it actually shattered its Saint core. I am already in agony living 1 second longer. But I didn't want to show that to my master. At the very end of the end, I wanted to make sure that I was a Sarome that was beautiful, reliable, and scary. So, I did my very best. I've put all my effort to make sure that Facade would stand still. And in this world, I mustered all the acting skills that I could come up with, perfecting the act better than any actor and actress can ever perform. Maybe I got aimed. Maybe because I got shot once, because of the target. The second shot I knew for sure that it was confirmed with killing intent for others. It's quite useless. Or maybe that was just my delusion. Maybe right now, this very moment, I who is struggling so much to try to survive, maybe is my only salvation. Ah. No. Are we gonna see a headshot? I have no more pain. But there was a redemption. I'm insane. I'm riddled by madness. I'm already broken. I know this by heart, but this feeling that I have, a sundered ash of a feeling that's behind my heart. I truly wanted to believe that I wasn't broken. And I'm fully satisfied. Yes, I think I had the greatest time of my life, you know? It was only mere few days, but those were the best days, the most glistening days of my life. Ah. She would stare up in the sky. She would see the sun rays of the dawn falling. She would see the sun falling into sunset. The orange lights piercing through the leaves and the branches through. Those colors. It felt warm for her. It felt... Oh, she's a monk. Interesting. A Asian style monk that's known to be using a rifle. Peculiar, peculiar. As a one that follows the path, I should say my writings to this kill, I suppose. Forgive me, foreign beauty. It's unfortunately the ways of the war. You've taken care of her. It is gone, and my job ends here. My queen, shall we step into the territory? Nope. The fact that we were able to see the territory and information that we see below is all we need. We were able to kill the traitor, and that's all we need to know. It is a little upsetting and vexing that the fact that Karude's master were handed over successfully, but it seems that the realm of the royal King's Road, or aka the royalty, has making a move. That itself is a peculiar information. Let us rejoice that Sarome did not go on their side in the very end. Assassin, you stay put. Continue watch the borders and the territories of the the royal realm, and report any findings and any odd one outs. Archer, we are returning. Yes, ma'am. What a pitiful girl. The feelings that you had for that person was neither love or were you it was neither love or affection. A strong would the strong would hugging the weak. It was just simply as that. You wanted to protect the weak one. What you just did was a grave misunderstanding of what that concept meant. How pitiful. Those regular feeling of emotions to you was nothing more than a treasure chest. A treasure that was not able to be found anywhere else in the world. Oh, did I miss a raid during the arrow? Oh shit, who fucking raided me? My boy Trintaku! Hey, Big Preach, my man. Thank you so much for the Raiderino Cappuccino. I did get distracted. Hopefully you were doing well with your stream. How are you? What's up? What's up? Yeah, sorry, I totally fucking spaced it because I was just RPing the shit out of it. Hey, thanks for letting me know, Macros. The story's really good. We just lost Sodome, but she was happy in the end. That's a girl? Well, technically, historically, it'll probably be a dude. But, most likely it's gonna look like a girl. But yeah, hey, welcome Raiders. How are you? I hope you had a fine day. I do apologize, Trindagu, for the missed raid opportunity there. Make sure you shout him out. I'll be in the zone. I was. All right, we continuing. My thought process is being severed. My back is burning intensely. I can't answer to the call. My body's lead at its limit, and it went way beyond its surpassing that. That servant. I wonder if that servant was alright going through all this. I do hope we get to see her again. Master! Master! Mash? Is that you, Mash? Ugh. Master, so you've finally awakened. Thank goodness. I will contact the locals immediately. Please wait a moment. This... Huh? This place is... Yes. Currently we're in the realm of the royals. I'm sorry. If you would like more information, I believe Mr. Holmes will give you more detail once you've recovered more. Mash, hey, can we talk? Of course. Um, I've already contacted them, so until those two arrive, I would love to have a conversation with you. Um, it seemed like you were quite wounded. Are you okay? Did you feel any pain? I think I'm alright. Yes, that's good. Because the wound was very deep and it seems that you were bleeding profusely. We were able to be saved because there was a reliable caster that excelled on healing magic and who's that caster? Caster said it couldn't do anything else. All it need to do was lay low and rest up. I was here as a digital nurse of sort, and only through um transmissions, but thanks for sticking with me, Mash. Um no, I I was not able to do anything at all, so I was quite in agony because Protag. So you've awakened. Mm. Protag, I'm sincerely happy that we were able to rendezvous. Holmes, Caddock. Hmm. Where and who to talk about first? I sincerely believe you should tell us what happened with you, so we will go on with the more understand. What happened after we separated? Please give us a easy to understand meanings. I see. Then that's truly another. I see. So all the servants that went on a rescue mission all perished, huh? Even hearing from this side, they were a calculated risk per se, but whenever it comes to battle of victory, trying to obtain a win will be a probable cause. However, when it comes to the topic of protecting while running would be a different sort of case. It comes to associations, and it comes to an affiliation, an affinity of sort. However, it seems that this time numbers played the game role. It was the pursuer's side, 10-1. They were 10-1 to the pursuer's side. They were at a high advantage. However, because of that last effort that Ryder used his noble phantasm up in the sky, I believe the Astolfo, The servant of the night, the king's realm, aka the royal realm, has detected it, and instantly went on a pursuit to find your location. That person's effort was very commendable, even to the point of being promoted. And Protag, it seems that you too had your own hardship as well. Just understand that currently this is a safe house. However, they already know our existence and they've already found out most of our needs and info. With the right circumstances and requirements, we are guaranteed and allowed this freedom because of it. Meaning, yes. I believe Carl, aka the Great Emperor Carl, that runs the realm of the King's Road, the royalty of Soar, is a servant on our side. Even though we technically haven't heard from that person personally. I believe that servant that he makes her work under probably knows that circumstances as well, at least part of it. However, the big half of the servant that is still within the Great Emperor Karl's side, is still seeped with rebelling and still acknowledged to be so. I sincerely have to apologize. We have many things to discuss and talk about and figure out and information share. But first, let us head towards back to the great Emperor Karl and say your greetings. Kanada's head top honcho leader is Mr. Godorov. However, in the current representation order, you will be the highest priority next to it. Even with that said, most of the conversation is finished. All you need to do is just do a formality and it's Holmes. He never wants to talk about it, does he? Yeah, he specifically said when Mortag arrives, he would spill the bean. Well, we could say at least your hellos, right? And then after that, your thank you. The one who helped you out was the great Carl Paladin, yeah, great Carl's personal paladin, Astolfo. Understood. Then I think that'll be easy. I'll I'll just warn you. Just understand that is one of the highest power that ruled Roma in its history and etched it. So just don't be disrespectful, all right? Is there any mannerisms that I should know about? Like I know. All you need to do is just bow and be respectful. That's very vague. It was always fine if you were to pull something like that, I think. Okay, so bow and greetings and thank you. Hey there! Still alive? Oh, so you're awake. Good. Good to hear. Is your wound okay? It looks okay to me. Oh, by the way, name's Astolfo. I'm one of the Charlemagne's 12 knights, you know? Carl, the great Emperor Carl's 12th knight in this case. Maybe. Oh well. Doesn't matter which one I'm on. You're about to go say your greetings, right? Let's go, go, go! So you won't let me interject, do you? As always. Just give it up. He's that kind of person. Hey, hey, Kadok, you gotta come too. The Emperor's waiting for everyone. Emperor's always waiting on something. Was that a joke? Stop. If you were to comment on it any further, he'll start continuously laughing. See? Here it goes again. Shut up, Astolfo. My goodness. You would laugh at a chopstick falling on the ground, huh? A bamboo falls, you start laughing? What? It's not funny if something falls on the ground? No, it's not. What? Oh, sorry. Name's Roland. I too am one of the great Emperor Carl's paladin. It's nice to meet you. I'm glad you're safe and sound. Huh? Why are you all closed out? Aren't you supposed to be butt naked like always? Come on, don't be so formal. Astolfo, listen. It's not like I like to be butt naked. It's not like I do butt naked activity as my hobby. But I am. Oh, so he does. At least I still know when I would be butt naked and when the time is not to, alright? At least I can read the mood. So, what about now? The sign of being butt naked is about 70%. Who cares is about 20%. Knows about 10%. What? Wait, what? 10% is the only one you're following with? Hold up. It says taking a stomach medicine while feeling the bitter taste in its mouth and biting down any expressional retort. It says, don't worry. My 10% equates to about 80 human percent. I don't know what that means. Hmm. You're right. Even I don't understand when I said it out loud. All right. I'll take you to him. Follow me. Just let it go. Don't think too hard. You think about it, your head and your stomach starts hurting. And then I'll leave the interjection to you then. No way. I'm not that type of a character. Not that type of a character, you say. I just felt something like. I just felt like someone just insulted me. Emperor Carl, Roland here with Astolfo. We brought the Carriera's master here and now. The great Emperor Carl is happy for the outcome that it has ascertained. Hold it. Hmm? just I want to know more about them. You know, about my underlings. What happened to them? What happened to my men? Uh, are you asking me? Great Emperor, that's... Nay. This needs to be said and heard. It is my duty to listen to what happened to those what happens to those that... What's the word? That acknowledged the mission. That is what he has said, Master of Karadea. What say you? Understood. The Berserker, the Archer, and the Lancer. And the Caster doing its best to buy time. Saber, going forward. An assassin got caught with the rider using its final strength, shot the noble phantasm in the sky. I see. I see. Young one, thank you for your report. Great Emperor, just a little more. Huh? Yeah. Says yeah. I greatly appreciate the great deed. Yeah. We appreciate the deed. That you're that thank you very much. Well, if you don't mind. There's nobody else around. Go ahead. Great Emperor, I believe it's perfectly fine now. Trying to play the role of the Great Emperor probably has taken quite the toll and nervousness to your tension, hasn't now? Roland. Roland. Sorry. But you know how it is. We could, yeah, it was a limit to how far we can keep this up, and I think I think we hit the limit. Am I wrong? No, you're quite correct. I believe from here on out, my dearest husband's little charade is now over. Wait, are we all right now? Yes. I believe the fact that there was Mr. Sherlock Holmes in the Karadea side, it was only a matter of time that this would happen. It's one of those, yeah, it's an interlude within an interlude. It was a time ticking bomb of time. Whoa, whoa, so suddenly, Sancho? Yes, we'll do it all of a sudden. Whether it's slow or fast, it's just a matter of timing after all. Sancho? So your name is truly Alonso Quijano, or Don Quixote. My name is Don Quixote de la Mancha. I am the Knight of the Spain, per se. Well, that's its self-proclaiming title. And I am Sancho Panza. I know a bit about Don Quixote, but I believe that Miss Sancho was more of an old person that had a big belly, was told in the story, though. Yes, that is I, Sancha. However, I'm not just Sancha, and I'm actually mixed with the multiple stories and people kind of all meshed together. Hmm. So, meaning that you are an existence of his beloved horse, Roshinante. Yeah, Roshinante of Don Quixote. And also an illusionary princess that he came by, the Durushinea. And the Count's little, yeah, the Count's temple wife of Arteshira Dora, all three mixed together. It's a perfect answer. You're quite correct. Oh, damn. Thank you for your compliment. I see. Even she's a Roshinante. So she's a horse? Hold up. So she's an imaginary girl, a horse girl, and she's a fucking some dude's fucking wife. No wonder she's um yes. It's just, yeah, every day my husbands do ride me everywhere.
Watch how you say, my dear. You know, I was just using a horse as it should be. That's all.
Who shot? He says, shut up.
Yeah.
Um, what does that mean? Yes. In the story of Don Quixote, I believe Mr. Don Quixote confirmed a gigantic windmill as a giant, and, well, this person would ride his beloved horse Rosciante and attack, but yes, because he was riding on the horse, I, Rosciante, will also be involved in it as well.
Oh my god. Did he really mistake a fucking windmill as a. That! That is a gigantic giant! We must assault it, Roshinante.
Dear husband, I believe that is a fair, yeah, that is a windmill.
It seems that you don't truly understand how it goes. This is why an amateur level is.
Wait, dear, that, please stop before you move forward.
This is not due, Roshinante. It is for my glory, for my princess. Now, watch my elegance.
Wow, he really went charging in. Arre! Ah, what did I tell you?
Damn. I've never thought a sage would disguise it so deliberately to look like a windmill. But that is a giant. A giant is a giant. We will do our very best. And. Um. Um. Uh. I think I should stop. My whole body hurt from that impact.
Oh, yeah, poor Roshinante. Are you still alive? Are you okay? And that is the most famous episode of Don Quixote de la Mancha. In the shadows, Rocinante was crying. is what also heard. Aw, poor guy.
It looked like a giant during that time, and
Yeah, I know. It happens. I got you. When I lost my reasoning and, sanity, I sincerely thought Astolfo was a good looking woman, you know? What? I'm still a good looking and healthy woman. Come on now. Who the hell would drool on a hippogriff like they're fucking. Who the hell would sleep on top of a hippogriff, drooling out their mouth, be a very pretty, sane girl, huh? Yeah. Youse. Um, is that a comment? What are they saying? Quanto? A bit.
deny it, don't you? Jesus.
Well, with that being said, let's just say when it comes to overthinking or being delusional, it would cause some problems, is the lesson of the day. And since you're already used to that sort of thing, you use this to advantage to make sure you use that advantage in order to manifestate a facade being of the great Emperor Karl. And then that begs the question of, why are these real paladins? Why are these two servants aiding for your sake? And we were now able to rendezvous with Protag. I would sincerely like to hear the conversation or the circumstances dearly. Wait, you didn't listen to what was happening? Yes. Miss Sancho specifically said that once Master Yu rendezvous with all of us, she would tell everything. He would tell us everything. So,
I sincerely am grateful that he and she would be willing to spill the beans. However, the special singularity has too many mysteries. Even to Holmes, without any tools and materials for deduction, he will not be useful anywhere.
you are exactly correct. So, yes. Unfortunately, the only portion that I could ever talk about is the side, or at least the way we were summoned, as a servant's perspective. Is it okay to talk about it, dear? Are you alright? You're not feeling so good. What happened to him? We were summoned in this special singularity. And we immediately been notified that multiple proper human history servants have started to rebel. The reason for the rebellious heart was most of them were anti-heroes and they became corrupted. And because of the hero was evil, and with that name they would, be tainted of sort, but we instantly recognized that was not the case. They would started rebelling and chanting the power of rebellion, willy nilly without hesitation, as if they were satisfied or agreed upon. And as naturally, in order to fix the special singularities as a counterforce, the servants were constantly be called upon to stop this madness. and they would rely on numbers, and little by little, they started to grow. And worst case scenario, some of the servants, maybe the thought process has completely corrupted them. It's to the point that they've allegiance to the side of revolting, aka rebellion. I believe it's from the power from a different source. Unfortunately, we did have to sacrifice and one casualty of a servant on our way here as well. Is that so? In any case, in the current scenario, we cannot be talking about restoring the special singularity at any cost. And so, we've decided to gather allies. Luckily, even the rebelled servant were not all one-sided minds, and so we were able to use that to our advantage, and we were able to successfully persuade and gather in Astolfo and Roland, and by doing so, was able to create the third faction. And currently, we're doing our very best to stabilize the balance of the three factions in its place, in order to make sure that rebellion nor restoration will be one side will never be too strong than the other. The reason why you would welcome us into our faction is because you thought that the time has come that it will no longer be able to handle the opposites, the equal ceasefire. Limit. Yes. Our biggest problem is that the fact that our great Emperor Karl is truly not the great Emperor Karl. The fact that we have 2 of the 12 paladins and the name the great Emperor Karl, those 2 are the enough facade to create a smokescreen to let the people believe in us. Or we were keeping it afloat as best as we can. In my prediction, I believe within few days, the underlings and other co-workers would start feeling doubts about the existence of our king. Yes, after all, the people that works for you are still thinking that you are rebelling against humanity in the first place. Yes, exactly right. It says only a small portion that was sent towards the rebellion realms were truly on the side of humanity. Most of the servants, you can assume that. Most of the servants will definitely assume that most of the servants will be on the side of the rebellion of the humanity. I did my very best to blind them or mask its presence. In my honest opinion, what do you think of them now that you've seen the light? It's not natural for a proper human history servant to turn against us. After all, they all have their own will, own justice, and own dreams and orders. Just like in that order, they would follow. They would eradicate the enemy if necessary. And to a heroic spirit or a heroic being, a thought process like that is second to none. Or perhaps I should say a corrupted servant as well. I believe that in the record, the seventh singularity, I believe Ushiwaka Maru has turned, and therefore the chaos tide has tainted her to make her side with the enemy. However, this case might not be a relevancy in the current special singularity. Servant summoning is a really natural occurrence and a day-by-day thing, and they do not lose their sanity or reasoning unless class specific otherwise. It's just the fact that there's a rebellion to proper human history. I only have one words. Too many words. It's beyond the scale of explaining what is going on. Yes, I do sincerely feel quite the mystery of this. So I did my research and asked around, but they will not understand that reasoning. They do not understand logic. It's almost as if they are feeling it, like their primal instinct taking over, that rebelling against humanity is a natural thing. They are constantly state of rebelling. They are constantly state of going against. It seems that it is different from person to person. However, whenever it comes to rebellion or restoration or requiem or salvation, right? They will always take care of the ones that are weak to rebelling first. Because whenever a servant gets summoned, even though they have their own personality, Master's personality and its thought process will take an effect. If it's an evil monster, it would take a monster's evil personality. If it's a great monster, it will be a familiar that will use its power for good. Of course, if we're talking about a heroic spirit, Master's personality will be minor. But whenever it comes to primordial instincts, it's in some essence an evil feeling is what radiates through the master, is what you're trying to say, correct? Like, for instance, James Moriarty. That's. What do you think? Advisory. Holmes?